So recently, one of my group members asked me if I had a list that people can use to help them pack their bags when they are relocating. Then I was like, no, I don't have a list. Let me see. Because she said she had gotten a list and that she just wanted to see if there's anything else or something that she can add or remove. I said, okay, send me the list. And when I looked at the list, I was like, oh my goodness, what is all this? You don't need all this. And the list was really long. And I was like, first of all, do you know your baggage allowance for most of these flights? And I was like, okay, maybe I might have to do something about that, maybe write a list. Then recently another group member was asking if she could carry sniper. For those that are not in Nigeria, sniper is like a toxic chemical that is used for insect infestation and the rest, or yeah, insect infestation, pest control. That's what I would say, pest control. But it's a very, very toxic chemical, and I was like, you want to carry a toxic chemical on a flight cross border? Why? And like somebody says she should bring that, the person wants to use that. Like, in my own opinion, I would tell you, no, do not carry it. It's a toxic chemical, and you might be carrying something that the government does not want you to carry, that is flaunting the immigration rules. So I decided to do this video so that people can know what to carry, what not to carry, what you should not even try taking, and what you can take. So if you want to know what you can relocate with as an international student to the UK, please keep on watching.
Everybody know I'm a visual. Yeah, I kill it cold like a criminal. I'm everybody's type, but nobody can deny. Yes, you know I get it, I'm getting freaky, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky on, get that freaky, getting freaky. Get it right, get that freaky.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva, and I am a University of Nottingham alumni and also Developing Solutions Scholarship Award winner. In these educational videos, I talk about the UK admission process, I talk about the UK student visa application process, I also talk about tips and tricks on how to enjoy your stay as an international student, and I also talk about tips and tricks on how to earn more money as an international student. So if you like videos such as this and you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, before we continue with this video, I just want to remind you that I offer some UK educational services. And right now, the only UK educational services that I'm offering is the UK admission package. Now, the UK admission package comprises of me curating courses and schools that best fit you, writing SOPs for the courses that you've chosen, also writing an academic CV to increase your chances of getting an offer, and then applying so that your application is as smooth as possible. Previously, I used to offer some SOP alone writing services and academic CV alone writing services. But right now, because I am transitioning from the September intake application to January intake application, I am only concentrating on the admission package. So I'm not applying for September courses anymore. Please note, I am now concentrating on January 2024 applications. So if you want to use my admission package services, please check the description box for my email address. When you are sending me a mail, please send me your documentation so that I can review you and know if you fit into my clientele. Now, I only have 2 admission packages, and it depends on the profile of the client. So when I look at the profile, I would determine the one that best fits you based on all that you are. That's based on your educational background and work experience. My services are not free. It costs above 120,000 naira. So please note, if you cannot afford it, you can watch my videos and try and apply by yourself. Now, if you can afford it, please send me a mail and send me all your documents. Now you can also join the Telegram group. The Telegram group is where it is. Now for January applicants, there is a different Telegram group. Now the September applicants, I am closing that group to new members. If you can find the link, fine. If you cannot find the link, please join the January group, because for the September group, most are paid for their tuition fee deposits. Most have already gotten offers. So the discussion that we are having in the group is how to have a successful visa application, how to relocate properly, and the rest. Now, if you are a September applicant, you already have an offer, you can check some of my previous videos. You will find the Telegram group to that group and you can join. Now, if you are a January applicant and you want to use my services, please join the appropriate Telegram group, and then you can send me a message. Now, when you join the group, for both groups, you will be restricted for a while so that you can catch up with the messages that have been shared in the group, or the content that has been shared in the group, and then you'll be able to know what to do without even asking so much questions. Now, the link to the group will be in the description box, so you can check that out. Now, with all that said, let's get into this video. So now, the next thing I am going to talk as my capacity as a pharmacist, and it is to take drugs. Now, me, I am a pharmacist, like I said, and I get to be super imaginative of so many things. I'm thinking, what if I have this? What if I have that? What if I have this? What if I have that? So while I was relocating, I took drugs, and I'm at liberty to take drugs because, okay, we got the license, but I'm going to talk about the drugs in the context of how those that are non-healthcare professional, or non-pharmacist or non-doctors can take. Now, the first thing I will recommend for those in malaria endemic places, please listen up. The first thing I will recommend for those in malaria endemic places is to take a prophylactic anti-malaria dose. So please try to take one full dose of an anti-malaria, like a week or some days. Finish it like a week or some days before you relocate. And this is because if you fall ill with malaria in the UK, you will be treated like as if you have COVID-19. You will be isolated. That's the point. You will be isolated. You'll be placed under all kinds of restriction and the rest, because malaria is not common in the UK, and anybody that has it, they are going to treat you like you have a contagious disease, because they don't want the risk of your malaria spreading. So please try to take a prophylactic anti-malaria dose before you relocate. Complete it. You can take, I'm not going to recommend, go to your pharmacist and ask for a recommendation. Take a complete. Why I say complete? Because some of you used to do anyhow. You will take 2 doses. Yeah, it's enough. Take the complete thing. Yeah. Also, when you are relocating, take at least 2 full doses of an anti-malaria brand or anything. Why? In case you fall ill again. Just in case you fall ill, even after taking the prophylaxis medication, in case you fall ill, you know, as Nigerians, we know when we're having headache, this, that, and the rest, and some symptoms of malaria, we can easily identify it. If you end up in a place where there are no black doctors, where they don't know how malaria used to do people, they will just look at you and look, do all the tests. And when they finally find out that you have malaria, they will now isolate you, start looking for how they will get anti-malaria. By then, your body will be telling you will be losing some days in school. So please take that. I would say, especially for Nigerians, because we are relocating from a tropic environment to temperate environment, the sun is not really, the intensity of the sun is not as much as that in our home country. So the vitamin D, which we get from the sun some early in the morning, helps with, it has some things that it does to our psyche. But when you now go to a place where the vitamin D is less, it affects your health. It also affects your mental status. So I would say take some vitamin D supplement. Now if you cannot get the vitamin D supplement, or you feel it's too expensive, you can get, this is my personal recommendation, you can get cod liver oil, like the 1000 milligram. Now cod liver oil contains vitamin A, D and E. Now the amount of the vitamins are not that high compared to a specific vitamin A or vitamin D or vitamin E as separate supplements. But by the time you are regular with the cod liver oil, 1000 milligram, like taking it every day, at least one capsule every day, it all adds up, and it will help boost your immune system and also help fight flu and help with your mental health. So you can take that. Now if you have a chronic disease, or you have something that an ailment that reoccurs, like ulcer, you can get your ulcer medication. Try and get at least 3 months full course, or 3 full course, because if I say 3 months now, 3 full courses, like for ulcer. If you are hypertensive or have other ailments, chronic ailments, try and get like a referral letter, or like the letter of your medical history, so that from your doctor, so that when you are signing up with a GP, you can give it to them, so that they know what you are used to, and what you and the medications that don't work for you, so that they don't give you medications that are not appropriate for you. So you can get that from your doctor. If you have ulcer, you can get OTC ulcer medication. Now I'm going to say some of the things that I relocated with, that got me some eyes at the airport. They were like, are you going to go open a pharmacy in the UK? Because I came in a lot. You know. So I'm just going to give you an idea of what I took, so that maybe you can have an idea. Most of them are OTC, over the counters, so it's not going to get you into trouble when you cross the border. So personally, I have ulcer, and personally I'm allergic to pollen or dust, so I get some eye irritation sometimes if the weather is something else, if the atmosphere is filled with all kinds of things that you people used to put in the atmosphere. If where there's dust, I begin to sneeze. Then I have my ulcer pangs sometimes. So I relocated with antihistamine, loratadine, and non-drowsy antihistamine. I relocated with some sachet of loratadine, definitely omeprazole. I took some antacid tablets. I went all out. I took vitamins, folic acid, B complex, ferrous, and the rest. I also took some cod liver oil because I said I'm allergic to things in the atmosphere. I used to have allergic conjunctivitis sometimes, or just itching, so I took some anti-allergic eye drops. I also took antibiotic creams, penicillin ointment, and just in case I get a wound and I don't want to do too much. And then also boil, never know. I took antifungal creams, triple action creams, never use them, but I'm always prepared. And so these are some of the things that you can take. I took vitamin C because, like I said, I'm prone to allergy, and I'm also prone to flu, so I needed to boost my immune system, especially as I was crossing over. Now this I'm not recommending anybody to take, because some of you are terrible, But personally, I took antibiotics, and that's because I'm a pharmacist. I know what to do, when to do it, and I don't abuse antibiotics. I ended up having to throw those things away because I didn't use them, but I just took them because I knew that getting antibiotics might not be so easy. But I took them, but I eventually did not use a lot of them. I just used them once. And I always complete my antibiotic dose. Yes, we are not doing antimicrobial resistance here. For non-professional healthcare professional, I don't recommend it. In fact, don't cancel it. You did not hear that. You did not hear the antibiotic because I don't trust some of you. If you are carrying kids, I would say get some ibuprofen syrup or paracetamol syrup. Also get like anti-itch cream. You can also relocate with some a few bottles or a bottle of Dettol antiseptic. Might not be necessary, but just in case things that happen, then maybe some cough syrup. Even though cough syrups are not really recommended for kids, you can get things that will boost your immune system, but those things are not really like necessary. You can always get some of those things across the counter, over the counter in the UK from some pharmacies. But the thing is, why I'm saying that you should get all those things is when you first relocate, you can't you really don't want stress of looking for, oh, this is where pharmacy is, this is that. If you have it already, if they have anything, you can easily just go and use it before you like acclimatize to everything in the county or area where you are. Those are some of the things that I would recommend in my capacity. And also, please note, there are some drugs you cannot cross border with too. Please, before you carry things, find out if you can cross the border without having issue. Now, before tramadol was definitely banned in Nigeria, you could get it from some people over the counter, not from you, but you could get it from some people over the counter. And if you think because you can get tramadol over the counter in Nigeria, then you carry it and they say, I got it from my pharmacist. If you don't carry your prescription, wahala, because you might end up in a country, if you are doing transit, that tramadol is illegal. So please, before you carry any drugs, try and find out from your pharmacist, oh, is this drug illegal in the UK? Is it illegal if I'm passing through Qatar and I'm entering Qatar? Is it illegal in Qatar? Like, make them not hold you for airport to say they carry drug. Try and find out if it's illegal. If it's illegal, please drop it. When you get there, you try and get it from your GP, so they'll give you a prescription and you can go to the pharmacist to get it. Next thing is shoes, slippers. It's not really necessary, just take a few. If you are taking traditional slippers, just take a few, because at the end of the day, you might not wear it. You will not wear the traditional slippers until like spring or summer. Now me, I would say take bathroom slippers, and I'm talking to Nigerians because I had an issue when I wanted to use bedroom slippers in the bedroom, and I could not find, and everything is fluffy. I was like, how would I enter with fluffy? I want to enter the shower. I don't do shower with bare feet. I always wear slippers so that I don't fall. Yes, anti-grip. But bedroom slippers has grip under. I always like to shower with slippers that has grip so that I don't slip by mistake and fall. So I was seeing fluffy. I was like, what is all this fluffy? So if you can take one or two bedroom slippers, please do. Slippers, shoes, not really necessary, because most of the time you might be wearing a lot of canvas, boots when you arrive, because as a student you are up and doing, you're not going to be wearing dress shoes. Dress shoes are probably for like event or church. So that would be basically all. Now please do not carry toxic chemicals, please and please. You might think it's okay in your country, and when you cross the border, you'll be hearing, oh, you are carrying a material that you can use to kill somebody, or something that is used for suicide. Like for the sniper issue, it's very, very toxic. It can choke, and some people use it to unalive themselves. So they might think, this one. Now another thing is, in the UK there is the issue with knives. You might think, oh, knives is not an issue. I like this set of knives, I want to carry it. Please don't carry it. Put it back in your country. Because I've seen somebody that imported knives from somewhere and ended up with police at his front door coming to check what he's doing with the knives. So please don't carry knives. In fact, in the UK, if you are less than 18, they can't sell you a knife. If you look less than 18, they'll tell you to show your ID before you can buy some knives in some places. So please, 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 don't carry knives, don't carry toxic chemicals. You can carry some stationaries. I know it's not necessary, but some people have some particular brands that they are comfortable with, and they'll be like, okay, I just want some of this while I'm going. So they might carry some exercise books, some biros, like calculator. Some people might even want to carry a calculator from Nigeria or from their own country because it might be cheaper. I know someone was complaining that just looking for a screen guard or phone cover, because the phone covers and everything that the person is saying is very expensive. Now for those kind of things, I'll say check AliExpress. Yes, they have a lot of cheap stuff that, and they also deliver to UK, so you can try AliExpress and see if you can get something cheaper. If you cannot get it cheaper in the other stores, you can also try eBay to get those kind of things like phone cover, phone earpiece, and everything that you think £10 is too much for. That's basically all. And now for the bags, now remember that you have a bag allowance, and if you are carrying a box, remember that the box also adds to the weight. So you should know that if it's 23 kg and your box is already weighing 3 to 5 kg, the amount of things that you can put will be less than the 23 kg. So some people would do weightless bags that maybe are just weighing like less than 1 kg or 1 kg. Some people will do Ghana must go. Sorry for saying that, that's how I know how to describe that bag. Know that all those weightless bags, that's the Ghana must go and the other type, are easily cuttable or tearable, so you can easily slice it with blade, or like the boxes that is not easily cut. But some airport people get crease for head, and I'm saying it from personal experience. They get crease for head. They are just there to steal and do some funny things. Most times you'll be advised that you should shrink wrap your boxes, shrink wrap your bag, especially if you are using weightless bags, so that it will prevent theft, right? Well, personal experience, for one of my boxes, the zip was actually broken. We were trying to get something. I didn't shrink wrap the boxes, but it was a hefty box, so they could not open the other part. It was not the front pouch, that's light side, that they broke the box and the zip. But the thing is that the things that I put there were my drugs. And then when I said that, I didn't even realize that I put drugs in that side. I was just like, okay, let me open now, see what they were looking for. I said drugs. I said, take it now. And my mom was like, they are very stupid, they should have taken it. Take it. Take drug, and anything happen to you, that's your business. But that's what happened. Now the weightless one, I used one of the weightless one. I shrink wrapped it. By the time I came down, I just saw that the shrink wrapping was looking very funny, like they had opened it and then wrapped it back again. And like, what was all this thing? So when you are carrying your luggage, plead the blood of Jesus on it and pray that anybody that is attempting to break into your bag would not see your bag. So you need to shrink wrap. You should try and shrink wrap your boxes and your bags and everything, and then hope for the best that they will not tear it. Now also remember that you need to weigh your bags before you get to the airport, and even at the airport, to make sure that you are not carrying above the allowance. Because if you're carrying above the allowance, get ready to pay heavily. I have paid heavily for about 5 kg extra or 10 kg extra. I was like, wow, when you were giving me the price, oh, wow. But I could not leave anything because I traveled somewhere for vacation and I was coming back, so I could not, after spending all that money, and last say I'm going to leave it. So I had to pay heavily for the extra kg, whatever. So note that. But since you're leaving your home country, you probably have family that is still around. Maybe later on they can ship it with all those global travel, whatever, people that do all those luggage transfer. So probably try thinking of doing that so that you don't pay heavily for just like 5 kg. With those ones you can do more kg and probably less money. So that's something to consider. Now this is a packing tip. When packing, have a notebook where you write all the things that you place in a particular box or particular bag, so that when you're trying to look for something, you know, oh, I put this here, I put that there, I put that, and it doesn't confuse you, especially at the airports when you're trying to rearrange. If you apparently overpacked, so you know, okay, I will remove from here, this is what I will remove, this is what I'll put, and everything. It's just a packing tip that I just thought I should let you guys know about. So basically that's all that you need. Those are the most important things that you need. You might add some other things, but I just decided to share the things that are important so that you have an idea of what you really need to pack. The other things are all, like I said, addendum and everything. But remember, baggage allowance if you don't want to pay heavily for extra luggage. Now this video is long because I tried to be as detailed as possible. Hopefully it helps a few people out. Now if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on bell notification icon so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
I'll be on the top killer. I'll be